Good morning, everybody. It's Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Hey, guys. Today I'm going to do kind of an unusual video. I've been getting a lot of people, who write me and ask me questions, and get a lot of people like, how did I get my start into doing vintage video recovery, and basically when did Obsolete Video Services start, and where did I get my learning curve for what I do. So anyways, I've been doing some self-reflecting and looking back, and basically got some good news actually this morning, because this is really meaningful to me because it's where I got my start. And it's I've been looking for one of these, or looking for this exact piece of equipment, because it's basically a very, very large memory from 1974, I believe, 73, 74, going into 75, I believe it was. Anyways, as a kid, so my start really all started back in 73 through 75, I guess. I used to record television or certain TV shows using a microphone on a cassette recorder. As you guys can see, I got an ad here. This is an ad, I believe, from 75, 74, something like that. And if you look at the lower cassette recorder at the bottom, that was made by a company called McDonald, and it was sold through the Kmart stores. Okay? Now, this machine, okay, boy, the memories I have of using this thing. I ended up having, I think it was on my birthday in 1974, 75, when my dad took me in Kmart, and I wanted to get, a cassette recorder, and I saw this in the display case, this very same model, this exact unit. So he bought it for my birthday, and oh my God, it changed everything about how I do vintage electronics and what I do now with video recovery and archival. I mean, saving history really began back in 74 or 75. But as a kid, I used to record audio. I was a big fan of the TV show Creature Features, WGN in Chicago. Used to record horror movies from WGN. I remember recording Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein on this cassette, on this very unit. And that would be like on Halloween night. They would run Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein, and I would record Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein on audio, and then go out trick-or-treating with my friends in the neighborhood. This was a very, very worthwhile childhood memory, and this is basically where Obsolete Video Services got its start, and this is back in 1973, 74, right in that area. But anyways, as you can see, the cassette recorder, it was made by McDonald, and it had audio adjustments, it had a video VU meter on it. I remember when I got this thing, I was like, God, it'd be nice to be able to capture the video of these things that I'm recording, but obviously audio was the rage at that time. And so that's where I got my started using this cassette recorder. And this thing was made by McDonald, but was sold through Kmart. I've been searching for this exact same model for years. eBay and other places. Never been able to find another one until today. I got really excited when I found this today, and so I'd like to show you something. I mean, I've been searching forever to find this very same model, and it's been really hard to find one, but I finally found one. Oh my God, I'm so happy I found this. As you can tell, here it is. The exact same cassette recorder I got back in 73, 74. It was made by McDonald, not McDonald's, but McDonald was the company. I remember this thing vividly. The buttons, the volume control. I have another machine like this by Sears, but it's my memory wasn't all that great, so I bought that one, which was not the correct one. This is actually the one I actually had back in 73, 74. The one I actually used, and I was so excited to find this thing. You know, it's a little scuffed up because of age, obviously, but finding this was a godsend. I cannot believe I found this. So, anyways, I bought it for $50. And, you know, I've been searching on eBay and stuff for many years now. Have not found this exact same model because my memory wasn't all that good. So the one that I got from Sears is similar, but when I found this one, I came across this today because I remember the symbol at the top of the door. And then when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, that's the original one I originally had. And I remember because of the features, and it had this switch on the side. I could show you in the video. Go back to this. It had this chrome CR02 chrome cassette switch on this corner, and that was a big memory for me. I used to use that quite often because I had those chrome cassettes. This is a very big memory for me, and I also remember the microphone. That was the big giveaway too. So I knew I had the exact same one when I saw this listing. I was like, this is the one that I had. So I got it today for $40, $48. They're going to ship it to me. I'm going to restore this, put new caps in, maybe a new drive belt. But what a memory. Oh my God. When I first got this in 73, 74, this thing was my God. I mean, I was so enthused to record Creature Features on WGN on Saturday nights. I remember recording Svengoolie when some Svengoolie came on in 79. It did finally break. I didn't have it too long, but it did finally break. And, you know, of course, I was never able to get the exact model again because Kmart changed models after that. But this is a unbelievable fond memory for me, especially during Halloween up from like 73, 74 through like 78. I used to record like Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein and all the horror movies WGN used to run, besides Creature Features and Channel 32 WFLD. But I have such a fond memory of this machine, and I just thought I'd share this memory with everybody. There's things that you just don't ever forget when you're growing up. Well, Obsolete Video Services and my technical skills and background actually started with this cassette recorder, this exact one. I learned a little bit about electronics when the thing actually broke severely, and I took it apart and I was curiosity, like, what are these things, and, you know, how does this thing work? And then I picked up an electronics book, learning about electronics, and took it from there. But this was the start of my electronic skills, my electronic know-how, and my learning curve when I was very young, and I'm so happy with the memory I have with this cassette recorder, and I thought I'd show you guys this. But finally found one, the exact same cassette recorder I had as a child. These are not easy to find. This was made by one of those off-brands for Kmart, and then Kmart started using different off-brands, and they weren't using these people anymore. So this wasn't a very long-term thing that was sold, because, you know, I never was able to go buy another one, because after I got this one, we went back and this model was discontinued pretty quick. So finally we found the one I grew up with. This is just an amazing morning. I've been looking for this for a long time, and I am going to put new capacitors in this thing and basically crack it open like I did when I was 10 or 9, whatever it was, and actually fix the things on the unit that now I know what the hell it is and what it does, and restore the unit to a complete restoration. So anyways, guys, if you want to know where Obsolete Video Services and my learning of electronics, it started when I was like 8 or 9, maybe 10, and it started on this very same cassette player, this very same model called McDonald Instruments cassette tape recorder back in 1973-74. Hope you enjoyed this video.